Do we have audio? Do we have audio? Right there. Do we have audio? Do we have audio? How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Oscar Blue for Real America's Boys News. We are live from the port of entry of El Chaparral as it is, as it was intended, and as it was particularly addressed by the Trump administration, as they told us and they told everybody this was going to happen, and it was inevitably what's going to happen. The Trump administration said that they were going to do mass deportations, that they were going to cancel the application, or they were going to froze the application of the CBP One app, and that ultimately, not only that, but that they were going to specifically secure the border on the south border that connects to the United States of America to Mexico. This is a reality. And on screen, you guys will see around 100 migrants that they are particularly scattered right here at the port of entry of El Chaparral, that they were potentially going to be waiting to enter into the United States of America. Now, their application has been substantially, they have been canceled or they have been put on hold. The majority of these people have been. They had an appointment today to enter into the United States January 20th. They had the appointment today early in the morning, but as you guys are seeing right here, as you guys are watching right here, this is a reality. As soon as Donald Trump became elected president, as soon as Donald Trump became the new appointed president, the CBP One app, you can go into the application, and ultimately, when you go into the application, it will show that the application does not work anymore. Oh, so this tells you inevitably that there is a mass possibility that a lot of these people are not going to enter again to the United States of America. It tells you the reality that is happening right now, that the reality is that the application has been canceled and that the application it is not working anymore. This tells you that particularly this was going to happen. A lot of the people did not believe that this was going to happen. A lot of the people did not think that this was going to be a possibility, but it is a harsh possibility and it's a harsh reality. There is a massive caravan that left today at the south of the border of Tapachula, Chiapas, in direction to the north borders of the United States, in the direction to the north borders of Mexico. There is this massive caravan around 2,000 individuals that left today from the south of the border, particularly in direction to the north borders. Uh, Quería preguntarte algo más hace ratito, a ver si te veo ahorita para preguntar. Sí, te veo tu chaleco. Ah, gracias. um, uh, as as the reality hits over here like a cold shower for all these people, it is a reality. A massive caravan left today, the south border of Tapachula, Chiapas, and now you actually can see that it is a basic reality. The basic reality is that there's going to be mass deportations. The app, it is already frozen. It's already been canceled. And that, ultimately all the appointments from now on, from January 20th and forward, it will be, put on hold. Or there's also the other policy that is the Stay in Mexico policy, that is actually one of the policies that it was implemented under the Trump administration under the term of 2016 to 2020. We don't know if that is going to be an option again to clearly to implement again. But as you can see, migrants have their backpacks right here. They have their luggages right here as they were waiting to enter into the United States. And then that is not a reality anymore. And this is the harsh reality for them. They told them. And you know what? This is the bad thing about it, that they have told them, inevitably they told them this is going to happen on January 20th. The CBP One app, it is going to be canceled. There's going to be mass deportations operations in the part of Colorado, Nueva York, and ultimately also in Chicago. Also, they are going to do massive raids to different parts and different situations in different parts of the United States of America. They advise everybody to do this. And the bad thing about it is that there's a massive caravan that just left the south border of Mexico, around 2,000 migrants that just left the south border of Mexico. And this is the sad thing about it. There's still people crossing the Darien Gap, still trying to make it in Central and South America, still being incentivized by these coyotes and these traffickers to continue to smuggle, to continue to just basically traffic individuals into different parts and different situations. And the business is just, the bad thing about it is this is considered a business for a lot of these traffickers, for a lot of these NGOs, for a lot of these international organizations. They're sucking the teeth of this humanitarian crisis. And this is the one thing that it needs to be done, is cut the federal grants to these NGOs that they're sucking the teeth out of millions and millions of dollars that they have been receiving, millions of dollars of this tax return. This is one of the things that it needs to be done immediately as day one. The NGOs need to be audited. They need to be investigated. They need to be, some of them, if they're in cahoots with the cartel, they need to be prosecuted. This is one of the things that needs to be done. The NGOs need to be investigated. They need to be audited. And if them are in cahoots they're in cahoots with the cartels, they need to be prosecuted. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this crisis that has just happened. Hundreds of people have died in the middle of the Darien Gap. Hundreds of people have died and being extortion in Central and South America. Hundreds have died in the limitations between Mexico and the United States of America. Under the Biden administration is where more migrants have died between the limitations of Mexico and the United States. This is horrible. This is horrible, and somebody needs to be held accountable immediately. Somebody needs to be held accountable. Things need to happen. Consequences need to happen. That is the first thing, to set an example to the world that this will never happen again into the United States of America, that this massive migration will never happen again. One of the first things that also needs to do the Trump administration is to get out of the global compact on migration. Who is going to be in charge of this catastrophe and this crisis after all the chaos that is being done? The Biden administration has been completely irresponsible with human lives. Why? Because they implemented this app 2 years after they were in function under their administration. And now that everything is going to be canceled and everybody's going to go home, who is going to be taking care of this particular situation? Nobody. Everybody just closes their arms and says, we did our job, goodbye. And this is the bad thing about it, that, completely responsible. They did not ever think that their opposition had a big possibility of winning. They never thought that not only the opposition had a bit of possibility of winning, but they never thought in their minds, in their wildest minds, that they were going to lose, and that they were going to lose by a landslide. They did not have an optional plan. They did not have another alternative. Because they don't have another alternative, now they have this humongous problem that is in the central parts of every border. This is going to happen in every border, not only in Tijuana, but also in Ciudad Juárez, in Matamoros, in Reynosa, and also in the parts of Piedras Negras, Coahuila, and also Nuevo Laredo, and all the ports of entry that are entering into the United States of America. All of this is going to be a catastrophe, and it is going to be a huge problem. And the number one reason why is that you didn't have a plan B. You always exercised, and the Democrats always thought that they were not going to be displaced, that they were not going to be removed, and that they were going to be in power for the years and years and years to come. Oh, surprise. Now you have the Trump administration coming in, and all of these people, now Mexico is going to have to take care of them. Central and South America is going to have to take care of them. And not only that, they're going to have to be responsible for returning these people back home. That is another amount of money that is going to come out of the Mexican taxpayer, not only the Mexican taxpayer, but all these international organizations. Now that they're not going to be in power of the United States borders, guess where they are going to go? They're going to go to the countries like Mexico, Central America, and South America to try to infiltrate and to push this narrative, all this narrative with these NGOs, class action lawsuits. Lawsuits continues because of the irreparable damage, because of the psychological damage, because of the persecution, because of all of this that has been continuously happening. This is a strategy by the left to continue to suck the teeth and continue to suck the money and continue to suck money out of this humanitarian crisis. There needs to be consequences. There needs to be an example to being done by the Trump administration. First day in office, first day of an example, Trump administration putting an example to the world and telling them, you know what, this is not happening anymore. And it is just, a clear example is today. The clearest example, it is just today. Today, they just told them, your appointment was on January 20th. Today, I'm elected president. Today, I'm the new sitting president, the 47th president of the United States of America. And as I am the new 47th president of the United States of America, immediately I take decisions. And the first decision that I am taking is that I am eliminating the CBP ONE app, or putting on hold the CBP ONE app to be in function. And this just is going to get more difficult by the minute. Why? Because every border is going to be completely exactly the same. You're going to create a huge bottleneck that is going to be not only on the north borders but also on the south borders. Today, a massive caravan left the south border of more than 2,000 people. All these people are a necessity to just basically arrive to the northern borders, and this is going to be a huge crisis. It is not going to be easy to be just on this particular situation. It is not going to be easy at all. Let's see how the new administration is going to handle this humanitarian crisis. Let's see how these NGOs, how these international organizations are not going to work, because it is going to get worse on the south border, on the parts of Mexico. Now, let's see how it is going to get on the parts of the United States of America. The United States, the Trump administration, it is completely clear and it's transparent, and they are completely safe. This is not, this is non-different from the perception of what they have said and what they have continuously said. This is none different. They have said continuously, this is the number one thing that we're going to do. We're going to do mass deportations. We're going to secure the border, and we're going to try to eliminate CBP One app immediately. You see more people arriving right here, more migrants arriving right here from Haiti, as they are arriving to see if they're going to be admissible into the port of entry of the United States. More people are arriving. These are the people that they have the appointment, but later on they had the appointment. After there's 3 appointments. One of them is 8 o'clock in the morning. The other one is 10 o'clock in the morning, and the other one is 12 o'clock in the evening. So more people are going to come. That is going to create a huge bottleneck. Yes, it is going to be a bottleneck from now on. This is the things that are going to be happening. There are going to be more bottlenecks, not only in the south border, in the border of Tapachula, where you have seen, as I just told you, more than 2,000 migrants. They have left today on a caravan, on an essence, to see if they are going to be admissible into the United States of America. If they're not, now what is going to happen to Mexico? They already had an agreement. Donald Trump sat down with the sitting president, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo, and also he told her, if you don't control this massive arrival of illegal immigrants into the country of Mexico, and if you don't slow down the pace of massive fentanyl contaminating into the borders of the United States, we're going to apply a tariff of a 25% tariff into your country. So this is a harsh reality. This is a harsh reality for these people, for everybody that is, for everybody that it was waiting for this particular moment, for things to come back to law and order. It is a triumph. Why? Because, a lot of people got sick and tired of this, continuous irregularities and continuous illicit and illegal activity that it was happening. But also it is a harsh reality for people that they were cheated, that they were lied upon. All these people that were lied upon, and I'm not trying to pander, I'm just trying to say the reality. The Biden administration created this filter with this CBP One app, and also all of these other options for people to just, get immediate access into the United States of America, to be released on the population without no filter and without no, no filter and without no inspection whatsoever. Somebody's asking about TPS. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I don't know to refer that particular situation and refer that topic in terms to TPS. I don't know about TPS. The only thing that I know is what has been related and what has been stipulated. That is that the application of the CBP One app has been put on hold. And that ultimately, not only that there's going to be massive deportations. Tom Homan has been completely honest and has said, you know what, we're going to do mass operations in Chicago, mass operations in New York, mass operations in everywhere. So for everybody to understand, this is a reality for the people that are trying to come in, in a manner that is going to continue to be illicitly or illegally. This is a reality for all the migrants that are listening. This is a reality. Do not put your life on the hands of coyotes and traffickers. Do not put your life on the hands of these people that they're only sucking the teeth and making money out of this vulnerable situation. It is a reality. There's going to be mass deportations. The CBP One app, it is frozen. It is not working right now. It has been paused and it has been put on hold as the new appointed Secretary, Department of Homeland Security Chief, Kristi Noem, said, we are going to freeze this application as soon as I step into office. And it is the first thing that happened as Donald Trump has been sworn in. You go into the application of CBP One app and just, it is not working. CBP One is still working. I just went, no. No, 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 no. Don't start, man. Don't start with these lies. Why you're incentivizing people to think that it's still working? Why you're incentivizing people to think that it's still working, man? Why you're doing that? If you go to the app, it says existing. Look at this. What it says right there. It says existing appointments scheduled through CBP One are no longer valid, and it says on different languages, and it says on Spanish, las citas existentes programadas a través del CBP1 ya no son válidas. So if you go to the CBP One app, don't start, man. Don't start misinforming or incentivizing people to still to come. Don't lie to the people. Don't start using people. It's the reality. If you go to the CBP One app, the first thing that it will tell you it is that it says existing appointments scheduled through CBP One app are no longer valid. I just put uh, you know, put the application in. A lot of, some of the, possibly on a lot of the phones, is still, possibly still working. Some of the phones, the application that is collapsed. You have millions of people trying to re-enter continuously and trying to re-enter and enter the information continuously. Information was being done in an article that it says that 63.3 million times under the Biden administration, the migrants re-entered their information through CBP One app. So this is one of the things that is obviously is one of the things that you will try to basically to understand and to capitalize and to think how many times the migrants have tried to re-enter their information to basically understand that this was going to be accessible. That if you failed with your application once, how many times you were going to fail again. And if the application did not work one time, possibly you're going to do it again and work another time and another time and another time. So it is a reality. If you go into the application itself right now, CBP One app, and try to re-enter your information and try to enter everything that it says, it will say CBP One app. It will tell you this. Let me just read it again. Existing appointments scheduled through CBP One are no longer valid. And also it says in another language that I believe that is, I don't know what language is that. And also it says on Spanish, it says, las citas existentes programadas a través del CBP1 ya no son válidas. The existing appointments through CBP One app are not valid. So I just wanted to come in and inform you guys this. God bless you all. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue for Real America's Voices. Let's go and walk a little bit over here and try to go to another area where you are basically going to see there's a lot of media right here. A lot of media right here. As you see media all over the place. This is a reality, as you guys are seeing right here. This is a reality, as you guys see right here. So I will say it in Spanish for people that they are watching. I will say it in Spanish. Just give me a second just to relate it in Spanish for people that are watching. Just one second, just a couple of minutes just to inform the reality of what's going on. Señores, ¿qué tal? Muy buenos días. Oscar Blue para Real America's Voice News. Es una realidad. Cae como balde de agua fría esto de la aplicación del CBP1 el día de hoy. Pues alrededor de un centenar de migrantes estaban aquí en el puerto de entrada del Chaparral tratando de entrar hacia su aplicación, que era el 20 de enero. Pero lamentablemente pues cae de balde de agua fría. Los migrantes ya saben que no van a ser admitidos hacia los Estados Unidos. La aplicación se puso congelada. Si usted se mete a la aplicación, dice que todas las citas que son del CBP1 ya no están en funcionamiento. O sea, la aplicación sigue ahí, pero la entrada de refugio, de petición de asilo, ya no está en funcionamiento. Eso significa que las citas desde el día 20 de enero, desde el día de hoy, que es el día que se inauguró el presidente de los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump, desde ahora en adelante ya no van a estar siendo admisibles hacia los Estados Unidos de América. Hasta el momento, esa es la información, no sabemos lo que vaya a pasar más adelante, pero ustedes pueden ver que aquí hay más de un centenar de migrantes esperando ver si van a ser admitidos hacia los Estados Unidos de América. No sabemos si los van a dejar entrar o no los van a dejar entrar solamente por haber sido parte de este último día del 20 de enero antes de que tome la posesión el presidente electo Donald Trump. No sabemos eso. Esta es la realidad. La realidad es de que al parecer desde este momento ya no está activa la aplicación del CBP ONE. Go back to English for people that are watching. This is the other reality, and the other reality is that, and particularly, there is, of air of uncertainty. You can breathe the air of uncertainty that we don't know what is the actual situation or what is happening. This is where they line themselves up before they enter into the CBP One app, and here is the port of exit. You also have more migrants on this side, and then you have the media on this side. And this is where you're going to see the mass deportations on this side. But on this side, you will see the massive amount of people that they're still, trying to wait or trying to see if they are going to be admitted or if they're not going to be admitted. As we understand as we speak right now, and as we try to assume and try to assimilate what is going on right now, it is a reality. Donald Trump, Kristi Noem, and Tom Homan have kept their word, and CBP One app, it is not working anymore. This application where hundreds of thousands of immigrants were coming in, and hundreds of thousands of immigrants were let in and then released to population into the United States. It is not working anymore. As you see a migrant right here with their luggage. Migrants also with their luggage still waiting to enter, and they're not going to be let in. It is a reality of what is happening right now as we speak. But let's see what happens in the next incoming hours. We will be here waiting to see what is going to happen and to see what is going to be the decision next into the next hours. Let me flip the camera so I can say goodbye to you guys and just say hello. Ay, cabrón, ahí está. Thank you so much for joining in. Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. We are in the port of entry of El Chaparral. As we just told you, it is a reality. The reality is that the application has been frozen. It is not working as we speak right now. More than 100 migrants were waiting right here to enter the United States of America. There's a lot of press from all over the place. And ultimately, everybody knows that the application, it is not working anymore, that, it's froze. You cannot put no applications in. So this means that Tom Homan, Kristi Noem, and also the President-elect Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have kept their word to the American people to say enough is enough. This is not happening anymore. We are closing the border, securing the border and the south border, doing mass deportations, and also eliminating CBP One app. God bless you all. We are going to be here for a few moments more. We're going to talk to you guys in a few more moments. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, God's plan, it is our mission.